Can the national side now follow in their footsteps? Well, Chile field 4 Coca-Cola players in their national team: Garrido, Vilches, Mendoza and Pizarro, all fresh from that Libertadores Cup success. A 5th, Ruben Espinosa, is suspended after being sent off on Saturday against Venezuela. Peru played some intricate football in Saturday's game against Paraguay, which they lost by 1-0. They make 2 changes. Roberto Martinez and Cesar Rodriguez are dropped to make way for Maestri and La Rosa. Interestingly enough, both those players are attackers. Well, as you can probably see, it's been lashing down here in Concepcion for most of the day. There's some water lying on the pitch in the centre of midfield, but it's Chile in the red jerseys playing from left to right in the first half in possession. Remember, Chile have never won this competition. Joining me in a commentary position is Don Howe. Don, you were impressed by the Chile side when you saw them in their first game. What are you expecting from them in this match?
Well, I would expect, Gary, for it to go. They would put as much in this second game as they did in the first game. I was impressed with their attitude in the first game. I mean, it was the first game of the tournament. Now, under normal circumstances, if you look at the World Cup for an example, the first match is always a very ordinary game. Both teams are afraid to attack each other. Both teams are afraid of losing. I thought Chile in the first game against Venezuela took the game to Venezuela. They did it the way it should be done. I was impressed with them.
This one hooked on by Del Solar, and it's one here for Yanez to chase. Disappointing final ball by Yanez, and Toledo has possession. We understand you've got 1 or 2 problems with the pictures that you're receiving from the Copa America, from Concepcion. Perhaps a little bit of damps got into the system. We'll try rectify that as soon as we can. Here's Garrido, the sweeper, off to Vilches. Number 15 is Mendoza, who operates on the right-hand side of midfield. 20 is Estadio, the man who's come into the side for Chile this evening. There's Mendoza, easy to spot him with that long mane of hair. Estadio. Oh, that's a fine through ball. Zamorano! He had a quite extraordinary chance there. Scored, of course, in the opening game against Venezuela. Don, that should have been 1-0.
Yeah, the ball into him was a super ball, and he took it well. Got himself into a shooting position, but had to stretch to reach to it, and obviously dragged it past the far post. I mean, that's a good start. If he would put that one away, that would put them right on their way.
And you can see probably that conditions will be the enemy of skill in this game. It isn't going to be easy at all for the players. And what a start that could have been for Chile had Zamorano converted that chance just 2 minutes into the match. Bravo tries to clear.
The weather looks a typical kind of English January day. It's tumbling down with rain. The pitch is wringing wet. Well, at the same time, it does make for a good passing service when the weather's like this. If you've got a decent pitch and the top gets wet and slippy, you can slide the ball into each other fine.
That's how it should be in theory anyway. Martin Rodriguez for Peru. .500 kilometers south of Santiago. So the climate is quite different from that which the players were experiencing at in the opening games on Saturday. Concepcion really is famous for the amount of rain it gets all year round, and the weather's lived up to its reputation here. Estadio tidying up for Chile. And the ball back with Toledo, the goalkeeper who's had an outstanding season for the University of Católica, the major club sides. Here's the captain, Pizarro, wide to the right-hand side where Mendoza is waiting. Olivares broke that move down. Del Solar. Estadio tries to win it for Chile. Mendoza looking for Zamorano, but intercepted by Olivares. 8 is Contreras. He had a splendid game in the opening match for Chile on Saturday.
Nearly got through there, Peru. Sweeper committed himself a little bit too early, and he slipped. He lost his footing. If they could have got hold of the ball, they could have got through there without a doubt.
Mendoza finds Zamorano. Foul was on Pizarro. The midfield general of Chile, easily the most experienced player in the Chilean squad. And he prepares to take the free kick. 8 is Contreras. Threaded the pass through well, but couldn't find a teammate. Yanez. And here come Peru again. And the water on the surface took the sting out of that shot.
Well, you're going to get things like that. I mean, obviously the footing's not going to be really take hold, and the ball is going to kind of slow down. It's becoming difficult to get into your stride to hit shots like that. But Chile have started. I mean, they are working to close down on the Peruvian players and get down these flanks.
Here's Zamorano. Just couldn't keep his feet on the slippy surface. And as Barco followed through, caught Zamorano in the face.
This is where the referee, Gary's got to be on the mark, because he's got to look at the situation and say, did the defender slide in because of the conditions, or did he go in to hurt that forward and take that forward out of the game? That's the referee's really got to be on his mark tonight.
And what was the answer? Did he slide in?
Well, I thought, to be honest, I thought Zamorano slid first of all, and this bottom right-hand corner looks virtually covered in water. It's all around the track there.
There's still some concern about the injury to Zamorano. He is off the pitch, so he will be able to receive some treatment from the Chilean physiotherapist.
They played a lot to the near post in the first game.
Not this time, though, and it's away by Barco. It's a sweeper. Garrido, who initiates the move on the left-hand side. Contreras. Rubio, neat-looking cross. The goalkeeper's flapped at that one. And sadly for Chile, there was nobody on the far post to convert the chance. That really was a very ordinary.
Yeah, it was a super run here down the right side. Got his crossing, and the goalkeeper flapped at it really. I mean, if anybody coming on the back post, you know, he knocks it in.
And maybe that's where Zamorano might have been had he been on the pitch.
Correct.
La Rosa. Good run here by Bravo.
They're going to miss Zamorano if he's got something serious. He's very important to the way they play.
Yanez to take this corner then for Peru. Headed away by the captain, Pizarro. Contreras. And Zamorano, as you can probably see, back on the field, but once again, back on his backside, as he struggles to keep that one in play. Peru, incidentally, last won the Copa 16 years ago. And if you just joined us, you're watching Screensport's coverage of the Copa America, brought to you in association with Lucozade. You can see the problems Yanez has trying to just control the ball in the puddles of water on the surface. That's going to slow the game up, Don, isn't it? Because the players are going to have to control it first.
That's right. I mean, these little kind of 5-yard, 10-yard passes they make off each other, I mean, sometimes they're not going to reach. They're going to go through a puddle and not slow down or stop.
Bravo has won Peru. corner on the far side. Yanez will take it. Coming forward from the back is Arteaga. Back to Yanez again. Estay the man. A rather long clearance. Ball spins off that wet surface, and Peru can build again. Barca. Olivares. All these surging runs down the left-hand side, but Don, you were pointing out before tonight's game that he's really a right-footed player.
Yeah, well, I saw him play in the first game, and he was very effective down this left side. But he's very right-footed as well, and he dribbles with the outside of his right foot to get into that space. And obviously, when he crosses it with his left foot, it lacks quality. No final service.
Hirano, the outstanding Chilean attacker, so very clever on the ball. La Rosa. Just for a moment, Chile struggling to clear it. Pizarro can't win it in midfield. Pass was by Paredes. And the goalkeeper's having to do a little bit of sprinting here to deny Peru. Mendoza takes over. Contreras. Vilches.
See, that's the problem. When you get conditions like this, is the players have got to kind of take into account the water on the pitch. They play a short ball, it gets into the puddle and stops. So next time they play the ball heavy and he gets on a firm surface and shoots off the pitch. It's hell of a problem, this.
One would suspect that Chile should beat Peru in this game, Don, but do you think the conditions are going to level up the two teams?
Well, they ought to, but I never underestimate Peru. Peru over the years have always produced a good side and a very individualistic side. I mean, Hirano, for instance, who plays on this left side, if he gets the ball around that D tonight, because of the conditions, I would fancy him to make himself good shooting positions.
Been only really one chance of a goal so far. It came after 2 minutes for Chile and fell to Zamorano, who shot tamely wide when put through in a very inviting position. We've had 12 minutes of the game. It's Chile 0, Peru 0, and a corner to Chile, which Contreras will take. Watch out for the near post flick on by Rubio. Didn't quite find his way to Rubio, and away by Olivares. Estay finds Contreras, who seems to be operating more and more down this right-hand side of midfield. Yanez. Martin Rodriguez held the ball up well, looking for Bravo.
Contreras, who played exceptionally well, he does a lot of running as well. They give him a free roll. He really plays off Zamorano, but he plays deep of Zamorano, and he can go anywhere kind of with the midfield players. But his prime objective is to make runs. When the ball's into Zamorano, he goes to the next ball that Zamorano plays off. All the time, Zamorano might play him in, or he might play back to somebody, then they play Contreras in. He makes these kind of deep runs, kind of 15 yards behind Zamorano. Does them very well. He ran himself out in the first game.
The rain continues to pelt down across this Calado Stadium in Concepcion, making it very, very difficult for the players to control the ball. We've seen a lot of elementary mistakes. who knows, you could see a little bit of excitement too because of the conditions.
Yeah, that's what you do in wet conditions. You whip that ball across the face of the goal. It's difficult for, even if defenders get there first, they've got no idea where the ball could shoot away to. If it goes to the goalkeeper, it can bounce away from the goalkeeper. If they follow up, they can get on the end of that. You've got to keep whipping those balls across the face of the goal.
And Purisaga's already flapped at one of those crosses.
Yes, he has.
In this game. Still 0-0 though. Peru in the white, in possession. But they soon lose it. Garrido mops up. Probably an ideal term to use tonight. Now, here's Zamorano. That's the first goal of the game to Chile. It's Rubio who got the important strike. And they're celebrating in the rain in Concepcion. Meanwhile, Peru are appealing for offside. But Rubio doesn't mind about all that. He was first to the ball in a race with Zamorano. And maybe it all came from that initial mistake by the Peruvian defender.
Well, that's what I say. I mean, if you get the balls in the box, because of the footing being the way it is slippery, the defender there lost his footing. In the end, he had to try and control it. Yes, there's an appeal there going on, trying to get offside. I can't see how. The defender lost his footing. Then he tried to chest it. He went back to Rubio, who just knocked it forward and then stood it underneath the goalkeeper's body.
And the linesman, Juan Oscar Tube, who refereed the match between Paraguay and Peru on Saturday, is at the centre of quite a storm now, because the Peruvian defenders are very angry that Rubio was not counted offside as he slid the ball home. The captain, Olivares, leading the protest to referee Ernesto Felipe, the Uruguayan official, who is insistent that the goal will stand. I don't actually think they thought that Rubio was offside, but perhaps Zamorano.
Zamorano, yes, he was just standing inside the box.
Was he interfering with play?
Well, who knows? He's on the pitch, I suppose. If you're on the pitch, you're interfering with play.
The goal stands. It's Chile 1, Peru 0. And Chile, who started so magnificently in their opening game on Saturday, are on their way again here. Incidentally, that's Rubio's fourth goal in his last 4 internationals. He really is in fine form. And we've got the first booking of the game. I think for the Peruvian side, Don, I've just got to forget about that incident now.
Yes.
Because otherwise they could really have their feathers ruffled.
Well, what they'll try and do, Gary, as they do, they'll try and cash in on the referee and hope that he's kind of trying to make up for any decision that might have been in the balance, especially when it's in and around the box.
So you're looking for 1 or 2 dives, perhaps?
That's right, they'll be appealing and making dives.
Here's Rubio, the goal scorer, slid in towards Zamorano, but intercepted, and Yanez will bring it clear. Martin Rodriguez, intercepted by Garrido. There's a good deal of electricity now between these two sides.
Well, the goal, without a doubt, it's put a lot of life into the game for both teams.
There's a real sense of injustice now about the Peruvian side. And that's a really clumsy tackle by Bravo, the Universitario player.
Well, you see that one there. Now he's doing exactly right. He's going to book the player because that had nothing to do with the conditions. He went in to hit the forward. No doubt about that. That's got nothing to do with the conditions.
And his right boot certainly made contact with the left kneecap of the Chilean player. These are really uncertain times now for the Peruvian side as Chile try to exert some pressure. Zamorano almost got the flick on the near post. Peru escaped, mind you. And break now with Olivares, the right-footed left back, who's hustled out of it.
He's a very powerful player. I mean, once he gets in his stride and gets that ball ahead of him, Keeps knocking it with the outside of his right foot all the time.
It has been linked with a move to Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. And apparently there are about 5 or 6 German agents here watching the Copa America, just watching out for 1 or 2 players who might fit into some of these Bundesliga sides next season. Free kick then to Peru. They trail by 0-0. Yanez to take it. Squirts one in low, hoping for a lucky bounce. Bravo. Pizarro with 20 minutes in. Chile lead by 0-0. That's another booking. They're picking them up.
They are losing their heads a little bit, the Peruvians. They're going to have to get a grip. This is not going to get the equaliser, but they could finish up with 10 men the way they go.
Bravo and Barco booked in the last 5 minutes for quite needless tackles and quite needless fouls.
Pizarro, the Chilean captain, Gary, he reminds me of Stevie Hodge at very much of Nottingham Forest.
Now of Leeds, of course.
And now of Leeds.
Rubio pulls it back. Barco to the rescue.
Nice little 1-2 on the free kick. First man goes over the top of the ball. Second man plays it in. Then he returns the ball to the one who's gone over the ball. Nice free kick. He gets forward, Pizarro. He's all left side. He goes through that inside left channel, exactly like Stevie Hodge.
Olivares really is like the charge of the 5th Cavalry when he gets the ball. He certainly takes the prisoners.
Well, when he can see the space down the outside the fullback, he knocks it and goes.
La Rosa can't quite win it. So a tricky little piece of skill by Este. Chipped forward by Vilches, who scored the opening goal in the Copa America on Saturday in that 2-0 win over Venezuela. And he's here again. Contreras. Luckily the ball bounced off Martin Rodriguez. Here's Hirano. Left the ball behind. Bravo takes over. Now, can he get in his cross? Just ran out of time and space as he tried to get in behind Chilean defence.
Yeah, this is where Garrido, the sweeper for Chile, is very important to the team. I mean, they do throw a lot of players forward. I mean, they are having a go at the game. They do want to win the game. They do want to get people forward. And he's the fellow who's got to read the breaks. I mean, obviously, the Peruvians can come on the break. He's got to read them, and he's got to know whether he can go and make the tackle, whether he just holds things up and waits for defenders to get back. He's very important to the Chile team.
Just incidentally, Don, whilst you were talking, there was confirmation of a booking to Paraguez, the midfield player of Chile. That's his 2nd booking in this tournament. He was booked in that game against Venezuela on Saturday, and he'll now miss Chile's next game, quite a game too, against Argentina on Wednesday in Santiago. Del Solar, who's been largely anonymous so far for Peru in this game. Hirano. Contreras. Who's smashing 50-yard ball. He was looking for Rubio.
Yeah, well, he's pulled away to that kind of full diagonal ball, obviously to miss out the sweeper. It's a ball that's used a hell of a lot now here in England. A lot of diagonal balls being played.
And strangely enough, since that Chilean goal, the threat of Peru seems to have diminished.
Yes.
They look very lively for the opening 10 minutes. But it's Chile in the ascendancy at the moment, as Este sweeps that ball wide, looking for Zamorano! That was a brave save by Purizaga.
that ball was just nicely played back into the box for Zamorano. The ball just went away from him a little bit, and the goalkeeper did well at the end of it. Came out and smothered it. But all it was a nice, simple ball played into the box. Let the conditions be the problem.
Won't trouble Toledo, not in the slightest. Este, Contreras. Well, it can't be easy for Contreras. The ball's bobbling up off this apple crumble surface, and there's 3 Peruvian players trying to kick him.
Yeah. I don't think they're super tacklers anyway, a lot of the South American players. I think that when they get people running them, they're vulnerable. There's a run to note.
And Zamorano's header over the top. Interesting that they're using Zamorano very much once again as a target man, because the Chilean press were critical of the side after Saturday's win over Venezuela and said they were playing too much long ball football. They wanted it passed along the ground.
Yeah. Well, obviously we wouldn't agree with that, would we? I mean, he plays like an English centre forward, and he lives off crosses, you know, and he wants to head the ball in the net, which he did do in the first game, and he's a problem here. You get these packed defences, and sometimes there's only one way to go, that's over the top. And if you've got a player you can play off, and you can hit his head, you've got a chance of getting in.
Zamorano, of course, plays his club football in Spain with Seville. They were reported to want $10 million for his signature, about £6 million. An English club is interested. I suspect they might be priced out the market. He really has been one of the stars of the Copa America so far. Early days yet, of course. And if you just tuned in, Chile in the red are leading Peru by 0-0. Well, that's a fine save by the Chilean goalkeeper Toledo. In fact, there's an offside flag on the far side. Goal wouldn't have counted.
Some good play down the right side. He has a go for goal there. The goalkeeper made a good save in the end. Could have come back into the players in the box. One of the Peruvian players had gone in too early.
The shot was by Martin Rodriguez. Information that Screensport's coverage is brought to you with the aid of our sponsors, Adidas. Pizarro, the captain. Contreras. Is Este, man with his shirt sleeves rolled up on this wet and windy night. Well, we said right at the start of the game that conditions would be the enemy of skill, but they've brought a good deal of excitement to this game. Incidentally, this pitch was covered prior to this match being played here. Only 2 matches of the Copa have been played at Concepcion. They're quite worried about the weather conditions ruining the surface.
They must have had some rain then if it was covered. It's absolutely drenched.
And for once, the Chilean defence is exposed down their left-hand side. Martin Rodriguez pulled back inside. La Rosa! Oh, he's pulled it wide.
Well, they should have gone ahead there. There's no doubt about that. Good break down the right side. He drew the sweeper over as well as the left back. Good run from midfield into the space. See, the problem is when it's foot like this, is that your standing foot, the thing where you get all your power and you get your accuracy from, if that's not firm on the ground, if that's slipping and sliding, you can't get your accuracy or your power. And obviously the standing foot at the moment is not there. And you do drag across the ball because your standing foot is not solid. It hasn't got a good foothold.
I don't think any of the 22 players have got a good foothold on this surface. 16 minutes to full time. Chile 1, Peru 0. 16 minutes, of course, to the half-time whistle. Here's Bravo. Del Solar. Wide to Bravo. Hirano looking for the ball, but Toledo was confident as he came out to collect it. And Chile counter-attack now. That's chipped up. Looking for the right-hand side midfield player Mendoza. But more Chilean pressure.
Some lovely play down the left side there with Pizarro, Contreras. Good play. Nice interchange of passing.
Contreras with the corner then for Chile. Driven in low across this wet surface. Oh, that wasn't too far away. Oh, cheeky chip there by Vilches. Almost earning him his second goal of the championships. Here's Martin Rodriguez.
Garrido did very well there. He tied up in behind the left back.
Chile really are blossoming into one of the very good South American sides. Remember, they're currently banned from the World Cup until 1994 after one of their players feigned injury in a World Cup qualifier against Brazil in an attempt to get the match abandoned. Chile hope to convince FIFA, incidentally, to lift that ban in time for them to take part in the qualifying games for the next World Cup. It really would be a shame if we were to be denied seeing Chile try qualify for those championships in America. Vilches knocks it in. Zamorano looking for Rubio. Este. Contreras, number 8. Contreras.
Good shot, nice move. Had to play square across the field. He finished up in Contreras, and I think he thought, well, you know, here comes a square ball across the box. Gets his head down and gets a good shot in. Just gets above the bar.
Contreras again, helping it through. Zamorano. Mendoza. Barco hammers it clear. Contreras gives it away. Del Solar. Mendoza. In fact, is Olivares on the near side who's been booked. But Chile in possession, and they lead by a goal to nil. Mendoza. Contreras just got his foot in enough to divert the ball back into midfield. And the yellow flag this time is raised to catch a Chilean player in an offside position. Now Peru hoped that flag would have been raised when Rubio scored after 15 minutes.
It was a well thought out ball. He was offside, but it was a super ball.
They really are inventive, Chile, at the moment. And Peru not showing the sort of inventive football and intricate passing which was a real feature of their game in their match against Peru, despite the fact that they lost that game by a goal to nil. Zamorano complaining that his jersey was being tugged as he tried to race onto that ball. Bravo.
Peru have got a super attitude. I mean, even then, they're working hard. They're a very fit side. I mean, they must have worked hard physically before they got to these championships, but they're still working hard at their closing down. They're trying to stop Peru even getting into their half, and they're taking a chance that Garrido at the back will read any break. They're prepared that Toledo will deal with things. I'm very impressed with Chile.
Chilean defence has had precious little to do, haven't they, in this?
Yeah, but you can get caught on the break, and under those circumstances, you do need people at the back who've got a sharp brain and got good concentration.
Miguel Company can't be too happy on the Peru bench. 10 minutes of the first half remaining. Chile, remember, who've never won the Copa America, must feel now they have an excellent chance of progressing into the latter stages of the competition. They have to finish in the top 2 places in Group A. The other teams in Group A, of course, Argentina, Venezuela and Paraguay. But should they win this game, one feels they would only need a point from their third match to probably be certain of making it into the latter stages. Barca with the free kick. La Rosa involved in an off-the-ball incident that's left him lying on the soggy surface. Olivares. Incidentally, 2 of the last 3 meetings of these 2 sides have ended in draws. At the moment, Chile well ahead, certainly in terms of possession and play, and ahead too with a goal advantage.
He's there again, Garrido. He's a super sweeper. Never breaks forward, mind. I mean, he's purely defensive, but they can depend on him to read things.
Mendoza with the throw. Este. Olivares thought about the back pass. The shimmy earned him a little bit of time, but then he runs out of space. Mendoza with the throw again. La Rosa. Well, that tackle could have been timed with a sundial, couldn't it? It really was very, very crude, to say the least.
I think he knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to stop the game.
And I find it incongruous, Tom, that hasn't been punished by a booking.
Well, I suppose some people might say it's close on a professional foul. He looks as though he's going to penetrate.
Either way, the Peruvians have the free kick. La Rosa. Del Solar. Bit of a rugby scrum in there. Contreras lays it off now to Mendoza, number 15. Yanez did well to hold it back inside. Olivares with a hopelessly overhit pass which hits a puddle and stops dead. And the rain continues.
Yeah, it's absolutely pouring down. I mean, the conditions must be deteriorating as the minutes go by. You know, it has to be a straightforward game when you play when the conditions are like this. I mean, you can't afford to play little 5-yard balls. You never know whether they're going to reach you or not.
Number 3, Garrido. 10 is the captain. Pizarro has had quite a quiet game so far for Chile, but it would be a tall surprise if that were to change. Este. Ball bounced awkwardly off the surface. Just to test Purizaga. He played in the '89 Copa America and was sent off in a game against Brazil in a 0-0 draw. Margas playing left back for Chile tonight.
I think if Peru get in, it'll be down that right side against the lad that brought in Margas, yes.
They made a change there, haven't they? Because Rodrigo Gomez played there in the first game against Peru.
And he didn't play very well in that position either. You find the sweeper spending a lot of time on the left side of the pitch. He's kind of taking care of him.
Margas, Colo player, so he certainly has some experience of top-level football, even by Chilean standards. 5 minutes of the first half remaining. Chile 1, Peru 0. Umbrellas 64,000.
Yep. I mean, give them credit for being here, because it's I mean, more times than not, you know, the Latin temperament when it's raining, they don't think it's a football match. They think it should be stopped.
Concepcion has a real history of games being abandoned here because of the weather. Zamorano holds the ball up well to find Este. There's Este, who's come into the side. Scored the equaliser against the Republic of Ireland in a recent international friendly in Dublin. And here he is again.
Well, he's basically playing left back, but he gets forward. I mean, when you play with a sweeper, you know, the two full-backs can become wingers. They can get on the far post. If, for instance, say there's a cross down from the left side, he can get to the back post. And I can understand why he got the equaliser.
On his shin.
He did well there. He intercepted the ball, and he was gradually working his way out of it until the Peruvians could see that could be danger, and they took him out of the game.
Remember, it's the midst of the South American winter at the moment. It's very, very cold in Concepcion. 3 minutes to go to half-time. Chile have this free kick. That took a deflection. Not quite sure if it was off a Chilean boot or a Peruvian boot. That was a goal kick. But let's not forget that Peru, for the last 20 years, have entertained at big international competitions, most notably in 1970 at the World Cup, in '82 as well, but they usually do best with a Brazilian coach at the helm. In 1970 they had Didi running team affairs. A break-off here because Rubio has a chance to squirt one in on goal again. And Purizaga saw the ball bounce off his chest and out for a corner. Who can forget that 1970 Peruvian side with Cubilla at the centre of things. Well, the present Peruvian side have some defending to do here. And Barco did well to get his head on that corner. Este swings one in. Touch of handball there. Referee waste play on Pizarro, just looking for an opening. Ball just wouldn't come down. Mendoza, Pizarro, Contreras looks for the 1-2, intercepted by Barco, who leads the charge out from defence.
Good pressure there from the Chileans.
It isn't over yet.
And they're not going to take it off.
Oh, and the possibility of handball there against the central defender Vilches.
He put his hand up first as he's going towards the ball with Zamorano. He led with his hand. Very dangerous thing to do.
First half littered with free kicks. Contreras felt he might have had another one there. Paraguez. La Rosa leaves it to Yanez of Peru. Looking for Bravo, threaded through well. Hirano is in the middle. Oh, and the goalkeeper, with a most unusual clearance, saves the day for Chile.
Well, I think he thought that the cross, he was going to aim for the near post. He goes down on his near post, and then as he pulls it across the face of the goal, he leaves his kind of right leg trailing out towards the edge of the 6-yard box, gets a foot to it, and he flops it up to the back post.
Yanez with the corner, flicked on, away by Garrido, the sweeper. Rodriguez, surely an offside. The referee waves play on, and in the end, Toledo saves Chile. What a crazy end to the first half. Again, Rodriguez forcing his way forward, and Toledo with another splendid stop.
Oh, well, I mean, they're getting themselves in a mess at the back. They're coming out, and they're not coming out together, trying to kind of squeeze out to the edge of the box to not play offside, but to get the players out there. And they left virtually 3 Peruvians in an offside position. I mean, the fella on the ball, the goalkeeper did well. Toledo came out and spread himself well. But if he only side foots it left or right, it's a side foot into the net. I mean, there's 2 players he can pass to each side of Toledo.
Maestri should have scored then. And then this second opportunity. La Rosa hit it really firmly.
Señoras y señores.
And at half-time, though, Chile lead by a goal to nil. Scored by Rubio after 15 minutes. But they had a real let-off at injury time at the end of the first half when Maestri saw his shot blocked. La Rosa raced on to the rebounding ball, only to be denied. So Chile, who've finished as runners-up in the Copa 3 times, now have an excellent chance of getting their 1991 campaign off with another win. But it's Peru who will get this second period underway. They last won the Copa in '75. The squad have been together a couple of months now. But as Don Howe was just saying during the half-time interval, they do look a little bit short of fitness. And that could be a telling factor in the second half. Bravo, trying to turn the ball wide, but in the end it comes only to Paraguez. That one intercepted by giant central defender Arteaga. And Peru build from midfield. This one's laid wide to Martin Rodriguez. In fact, it was Maestri who tried to force the ball wide before he was stopped by Margas, the left back, who's had an uncertain first half, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think that's where the problem lies. They keep getting in the back of him. He's a bit of a ball watcher. He's not sure on his tackling. He slides in rather. I mean, he should stay on his feet, especially in these conditions.
Yanez with the corner. Oh, the goalkeeper went for the ball, didn't quite get there. Here's Pizarro.
I don't think he made any contact at all.
Here's Rubio. Got away that time by Arteaga.
So the cross should have been better. I don't think he really meant it to go in low.
I think he was trying to get the ball in the air to Zamorano.
Pizarro will take the throw. Well, a scrappy start to the second half. Neither side are really settled yet. Here's Margas. The pressure from Maestri gets the ball out of play. You just joined us. Just started the second half of Chile against Peru. Peru in possession, a goal behind. Clever little pass here. Yanez. Ooh, that could have been very, very dangerous indeed.
He made a great recovery there, the goalkeeper. He expected the ball to be pulled back towards the penalty spot, and he went out, and then all of a sudden he realised it was behind him, and he dropped back and get a hold of the... I mean, he held on to the ball. I mean, he could have gone off his hands into the net.
Contreras helping it forward. Tries to join the attack, doesn't quite come his way. Rubio wins the throw and takes it himself before finding Mendoza. Mendoza again. Pizarro was waiting on the edge of the box. Ball never quite came his way though. Contreras. Garrido. How about that for some skill?
They've got terrific kind of confidence in their own ability to get out of that tight situation.
Bravo. Hirano. Don't really see much of Hirano in this game so far. 31-year-old striker from Peru. Playing in Bolivia at the Bolivar club. One of the two overseas players in the Peruvian national side. Here's Chile though. Rubio operating on the right-hand side, looking for a penalty. It was a rather outrageous claim. Del Solar. And Garrido will allow the ball, I was going to say, to drop back to Toledo, but they decide to work it outside their box. And Pizarro, the captain, who plays on the left-hand side of midfield, helping it in to Contreras, who looks very fluid on the ball.
He had an easy pass out there to the right wing. I don't know why he didn't see it.
There's a good stop there by Vilches, which sets up another Chilean ray. And here's Zamorano, took it well in his path. He's round the goalkeeper, surely tripped by the goalkeeper. And indeed, Zamorano wins a penalty for Chile.
Well, he took the ball well when he first came in the box. He got it down, and then he lost. I think he didn't know where he'd gone himself after a while, and the goalkeeper came out. He misjudged it. I think it's to do with the conditions, and then he lunged for it, the goalkeeper, and then knocked Zamorano over.
Well, that really was a rather crude trip.
Well, Zamorano lost control. He brought it down, then it rolled away from him to his right-hand side. He loses it then, it's rolling away, and then once the goalkeeper puts his leg over, knocks him over. I mean, it's a definite trip.
So Del Solar telling Purizaga all about the penalty and which way to dive. Del Solar should know, because he's a University of Católica player and knows a lot of these Chilean players very well. Plays in the Chilean league. And a penalty to Chile. They lead by a goal to nil, and a chance to make it 2-0 from the spot. And they convert that chance in the rain in Concepcion.
Well, it was a finely taken penalty. I mean, I mean, it looks on these conditions as though he's going to slide along the ground, but he kind of straight forward, power up into the kind of goalkeeper's right-hand side.
Contreras makes it 2-0 for Chile. And who knows now, Don, that could well be half a foot in the next round.
Well, it puts them into a great position. I mean, if it is that they can start this tournament off with 2 good wins, I mean, it virtually puts them into the semi-finals.
And where do Peru go to now? From where do they try to rescue this game? Pizarro. And for the second time in this competition, Chile have come up with a couple of goals. No other team have done that so far. And here's Mendoza looking for a third. Olivares trying to wrestle possession for his side.
Well, obviously, in the normal circumstances, you'd say, well, the Chileans now, they'll keep the ball, they'll play possession. But in these conditions, they can't even afford to do that. I mean, they've still got to keep going. And the Peruvians, I mean, they shouldn't pack it in. I mean, they made a couple of chances in the first half. And they've just got to keep going. And if they can pull one back, they're back in the game.
Foul was on Rubio. But we saw right at the end of the first half, Maestri and then La Rosa almost stole a goal for Peru. So, as Don was saying, no sense of complacency yet in this Chilean side.
Tarjeta amarilla para el número 20 de Perú.
I wonder if Peru are thinking now about a substitution. This was rather an attack-minded side that they put out against Chile. You can't criticise them for being defensive, although you might criticise them for losing their composure, especially after that controversial first goal, which was scored by Rubio, which had a hint of offside about it. Incidentally, there has been a booking for Martin Rodriguez of Peru. It's his first of the competition, but I suspect that will be the third booking for the Peruvian side in this game. 2-0 they trail now, but they have possession. Este. Pizarro. The tackles are beginning to get a little bit crude.
Yes, they are.
And the sort of good things about Peruvian football that we've come to expect are beginning to disappear from their game. All this intricate passing and clever footwork and skill with the ball.
Yes, they are more physical, without a doubt, Gary. I don't know whether perhaps that's something they've lacked in the past or not, I don't know. They've always threatened to win something. They've always threatened to do well in the World Cup. And yet they've never done it. Perhaps the coach thinks we ought to be stronger, we ought to be more physical, I don't know.
Bravo. Arteaga looking for La Rosa. Este won it, finds Pizarro, who sets up another raid on this near side. Este again. Almost invited the challenge and then took the ball round the defender.
Well, I think he had to look at the bounce there. Let's get the foul the other way.
Este, for me, has made quite a difference to this Chilean side. Just held them together a little bit in midfield. Contreras will take the free kick, clipped into the back post, away by Olivares, only as far as Este. Pizarro initially won it in midfield. It comes through to Garrido. When we talk about the invention of the Chilean side, it really has to be matched perhaps on Wednesday against the likes of Argentina, where the two sides meet in Santiago. That perhaps a truer test for Chile. They've had a kind introduction into the Copa of 1991 with these games against Venezuela and Peru. They've eased themselves rather nicely into the competition, and they've scored 2 goals in each of their 2 games. Del Solar. Garrido snapped in like a terrier to win the ball for Chile.
I've got to say this about Chile. I mean, I've been impressed with them. I love their attitude. I love their work rate. The spirit is absolutely super. They've got individual players like Rubio and Contreras. They've got big Zamorano up front who gives them power and heading ability. I quite like Chile. I think they've got a good chance of going all the way. They do give the occasional goal-scoring chance away, though, and that's the only little kind of question mark. Every now and again, the opposition can get in. Even Venezuela, in the first game, they got it. They could have scored before Chile scored in that game.
And here come Peru again. Slid through to Hirano. Really was straight at the goalkeeper and needed a little bit more meat behind the shots.
You see there that they got one over there. The Peruvians have got one over here on the outside. You see, he could have played the ball on. Another one for, and the lad virtually had walked it into the net. And this is the thing about the Chileans that I don't like.
But they're pressing forward now. I think the point to make, Don, is that they have 2 problems in the right and left back positions. They haven't really got international fullbacks, and that's why a team is always likely to attack them down the flanks.
Yeah, and get the extra man over at the back.
And they're through again here. Hirano, again the goalkeeper made a brave save. That one's in though. Peru have scored. Hirano with the initial breakthrough. And it looks like Maestri, who's forced it home to make the scoreline. Chile 1, or Chile 2 rather, Peru 1.
Toledo was very unlucky. He came out and he spread himself on that first ball, and luckily went out to a Peruvian following up, who a nice little clever chip into an empty net. But like I say, I mean, that's how vulnerable they are.
Hint of offside perhaps, as Hirano went through one-on-one with the keeper.
But it was one of those, perhaps last year that would have been offside, season before last, this season that's onside. I think the player who picked the ball up on the edge of the box, who the goalkeeper came out to, he was level with the rest of the defenders.
Maestri then pulls a goal back for Peru. We might still have a contest here in Concepcion. The rain has eased off. Peru have got the goal that they were looking for, and Chile, from looking very, very much in control at 2-0, now have a little bit more work to do in this fixture. We've had an hour of this game. Contreras takes the free kick. Incidentally, Chile have made a substitution. They have a Yanez on the field as well. Just to confuse everybody, they have Patricio Yanez on, wearing number 7 for them. He's an attacker and he has the ball now, helping it through towards Zamorano, but Purizaga in the way. There's the goal scorer, Maestri. Really was a carefully weighed chip into an unguarded net. Good skills here by Yanez, who missed the first game of the Copa through suspension. How about that for a save? It's gone in anyway. Zamorano, I suspect, has got it again. And Zamorano makes it 3-1.
Well, it was a super run to the near post and a nice cross. And the power of the header took it in. I mean, the goalkeeper looked as though he coped with it and knocked it perhaps over the bar. But he went up and down and dropped into the net. A nice run down the right side. He's the play down the right side. Yanez got the ball, slits it out wide. Nice cross. There goes Zamorano into that near post. Gets across the defender. Gets a good powerful header. He knocks it up. It looked as though he was going over the bar, but it dropped in.
Zamorano headed Chile's second goal against Venezuela on Saturday, and he's headed their third against Peru here. And that chink of light for Peru seems to have disappeared. La Rosa fires one over the top. It's turning out into quite a fair game, isn't it?
It's a super game. I mean, it's very exciting. I've got to say this, I think that the Peruvian goalkeeper he's not up to this international standard. I mean, the difference between him and Toledo, the man with the ball now, is streets ahead Toledo.
So Don, you feel that he was at least
well, for the three goals, really, if you were very critical, you could say a good goalkeeper perhaps kept them out. I mean, the first one was slid past him on his left hand. The second one, he gives a penalty away. And the third one, he's got hands to it and knocks it into the net.
I hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Copa America, brought to you in association with Lucozade. That makes Zamorano, of course, the leading goal scorer in the Copa America of 1991 with 2 goals. Both of them headers. Oh, what was Seville asking for his transfer? £6 million? I imagine it might have gone up a little bit after.
Well, obviously, there'll be
after the last few days.
There'll be lots of agents from all over Europe down there for the Copa America, and they'll have their eyes on Zamorano.
And what were the Chilean press saying? No more high balls in towards Zamorano. Play it along the floor. I'm not sure Zamorano would agree with that.
No, I would think most of his goals are coming with his head. He's very he's clever there. I mean, that one was a near post, and he got across the defender. He pulled away to the back post. Then he made his run to the near post, left the defender, got across the face of the defender, and got a good, powerful header in. I mean, he's a good player. And he works hard off the ball. I mean, when they lose the ball, he works hard at hustling.
Olivares now for Peru. 3-1 behind, and they lose possession. And here come Chile again with Yanez, number 7. And he wins a corner. Trying to turn the ball into the path of Zamorano. And Yanez, substitute who came on for Rubio.
And since he's come on, he's lifted things. Fresh legs.
Oh, and he almost stole in on the back post there. Marco just saying to his defenders, come on, let's get tight again, because we're letting these Chilean attackers through.
Cross was superb. Bent in round the back of defenders. I mean, if they play the ball, there's a chance they get an own goal. And they're looking for the goalkeeper to control that situation for them.
Contreras into the near post. Hirano back defending. Este with the header. Contreras again. Garrido turns it back to Toledo. Probably has played as well as anybody in that Chilean side. Yanez again. Cross not as good as his initial effort 5 minutes ago, which resulted in Zamorano heading a 3rd Chilean goal. I was just telling you that he missed the first game of the Copa through suspension after being sent off against Boca Juniors in a Libertadores Cup semi-final towards the end of last season. He was hoping to get his chance. He's got his chance here against Peru, and he's created a goal with that splendid cross. plays for Chile. Contreras, Yanez. Contreras went for the return. Didn't get the ball. Yanez now, the Peruvian version, leaves the ball behind. Margas.
This is the danger for Chile, is if they leave themselves open at the back. I mean, they're still playing at the same rate.
There was a handball there by the Peruvian Yanez, and there'll be a free kick to Chile.
I mean, they're still throwing everybody forward. I mean, Yanez has come on and he's making some super runs and getting himself a lot of freedom down the right side, down the left side. You know, you tend to think, well, you know, you're 3-1 up. Don't do silly things at the back. Don't leave holes. I mean, it's the home crowd there. They're winning 3-1, and they've just, it's a simple back pass to the goalkeeper, and the crowd don't like it. Even the crowd want them to go forward.
Well, I'd love them to score even more. They really had a very unhappy 1991. They really have come good, though, at the right time for the Copa America. Maestri. Hirano was offside. Well, you have to have some sympathy with Peru. They've come to this Copa America and they look to be heading for a second successive defeat. It looks like it's going to be the same as in '89 in Brazil, when they lost their opening match to Paraguay and then failed to win a match in their remaining games. As Yanez forces his way forward again for Chile. Zamorano! That's an interesting partnership now, isn't it? Yanez and Zamorano.
I mean, Yanez, since he's come on, I mean, he's completely lifted the team. I mean, he's doing some fantastic things. He gets through, pulls the ball across the face of the box, and Zamorano gets a foot on it, gets a shot in, and once more the goalkeeper makes a mess of it.
Sadly, Peru are diminishing by the minute in terms of their effectiveness as opposition in this game. Chile are having things virtually their own way. Yanez again pulls it back. Zamorano with the dummy, looking for Contreras. Didn't quite come off, but what splendid football by Chile.
Yeah, once more, Yanez started it off, made a little run, blindside run behind the fullback. Toledo doing a sweeping roll.
Confirmation of the score. Chile 3, Peru 1. Bravo with the cross. Olivares, he can strike them. And head them. La Rosa. Hirano. Maestri. Oh, they've come back into it again. Well, it's a fixture and a contest which just refuses to die.
Well, they're so unprofessional, the Chileans. I mean, they're a good side, and I like to look at them, but at the same time, I mean, here, like, they're all spread out. I mean, he's got the freedom to go in, go on his left side, and then put it in the net. And the cross, when he came over, there was an extra man once more on the back post.
This is turning out to be quite a game.
José del Solar descuenta para Perú.
So, Chile 3, Peru 2. Oh, there's an opening here. Could this be 3 each? And Toledo getting himself in a real mess.
Well, Toledo there, Gary, stopped the goal. I mean, the left back once more, with the ball was played across and inside him. the players through, and Toledo comes out and spreads himself again.
And Chile just seem to have a death wish at the moment.
Yes, yes. It's the goalkeeper just swallowed the left back there. I mean, I don't know what the hell he's doing there, like he's over covering. The players through, and here comes Toledo once more, very brave, spreading himself. Hands leading his challenge. They don't seem to know how to play once they've got in front.
What did the Peruvian bench do here? Twice it seemed that they were out of the game when they fell 2-0 or 2 goals behind. Let's look again at this Peruvian goal.
He's come on the back post free again. The extra man's got his... There's a good challenge there. He drops down. There goes the header. They start to come out, but as they're coming out, there's no picking up, there's no marking.
And it's Del Solar.
Big hole for him to go into there. Not much the goalkeeper can do about those. That's a super struck ball with his left foot. Pinged it into the net.
We can't complain about the entertainment value in this game, can we, Don?
Oh, that entertainment is super, but it's obviously the Peruvians now, I mean, on the bench, they must be thinking, we can get something out of this, at least we can get a draw. I mean, the Chilean coach, he must be going, well, what the hell's going on? We're 3-1 up, what the hell are we doing, committing suicide?
Yanez. I still think this game has got perhaps one more goal left in it. Yanez. Great skills. Oh, it's there! Zamorano! Oh, what a finish! And that combination of Yanez and Zamorano pays dividends again. His 3rd goal of the competition, his 3rd header, and now it's Chile 4, Peru 2.
Well, you said it, Gary. I mean, you said this game had got another goal in it, and Yanez gets turned there, and watch the centre-full get across the defender, get his head there first, and a nice low header. There's no way you can put any blame on that goalkeeper.
Iván Zamorano para Chile.
Zamorano gets across the defender, gets his head to the ball. It's hard and low in the corner of the net.
I then say that Peru are finished now. We've still a quarter of an hour left of the game, and you wouldn't put money on them not scoring another, would you?
I wouldn't put any money on this game at all. They're 4-2 in front, but no way you would say that the Peruvians haven't got a chance.
Well, the 4 matches in the Copa America prior to today only produced 6 goals,
Yes.
and now we've had 6 in this game. Yanez again. Well, what an inspired substitution by Arturo Sala. And again he whips over a cross, and he and Zamorano have a real footballing magic now going between them.
But he keeps getting wide onto the right flank. He keeps making runs from the middle of the pitch, in behind the Peruvian left back, and getting free. And then from there, he's working himself across in position. And Zamorano knows exactly what he's going to do. I mean, he's playing so well, Yanez, that you tend to think, what the hell? How is it he didn't start at the beginning of the game? He's having an outstanding second half.
They're about to bring off the captain Pizarro and replace him with Miguel Ramirez, who's a defender. So Chile are making their intentions plain. Perhaps a last kick for Pizarro, helping it through for Zamorano, who pulls it back across the face of goal. Pizarro. Este, prodded wide, Pizarro.
I think he knew it should have come across the face of the goal. I think he miscued it into the goalkeeper.
That should allow Chile the chance to make their substitution with Pizarro coming off.
The captain, he epitomises what Chile are made of. I mean, he gets on that pitch and he never stops running. When they've got the ball and when they haven't got the ball.
Mires winning his 4th cap tonight after making his debut in the defeat to Ecuador last month. Another Colo-Colo player. Meanwhile, Maestri, who scored the first of Peru's goals in this game, just off the field, receiving some attention. Remember, our coverage of the Copa America brought to you in association with Adidas. 4-2 to Chile in the red. In quite a game. Sad to see any footballer leave the field in that sort of state. And it looks like Cesar Rodriguez, the man who's going to come on. He started the first game against Paraguay, central midfield player. It'll be a free kick. Juste takes short. Paraguay unable to find a colleague in that Peruvian half of the field. Zamorano looking for his hat-trick. He almost had the ball inside that Peruvian penalty area once again.
Público controlado. 21.520 personas. Gracias.
Este. Zamorano with, for once, a disappointing touch.
When you get a game as good as this, I feel in these conditions and the crowd have got ringing, you feel as well the crowd have been rewarded for coming to the game and supporting the game. I mean, it really is. It's been a super game for them to watch. Obviously, they love to see the goals and they love to see the players giving their all. And this is what these 22 players have done. You know, it's good all round for football, and obviously good for the Chilean crowd.
Tonight's attendance here in the Collado Stadium, 20,000. They've been richly entertained, as Don was saying, with a game full of incident and full of goals. Perhaps the conditions weren't to the liking of either set of players, but they've shrugged those problems aside to serve up a rich diet of football and excitement. You were saying at half-time, Don, that Peru couldn't really muster enough fitness and stamina after an hour of the game against Paraguay. Is this revival come a little bit too late for them?
Well, you never know. I mean, the way Chile play, I mean, they do leave themselves open for breaks at the back. So, I mean, I know there's not long to go, but I just wouldn't rule them out completely. But I mean, what I was saying really was that also Chile ran out of legs against Venezuela as well. You know, you tend to think they've put so much into the game that perhaps after an hour they are vulnerable to breaks, and defenders, because they're looking to get forward all the time, they are vulnerable. And they do tend to go on runs that they can't get back on. And they do leave holes behind them. And I think that's where a lot of the goals have come.
Well, the conditions won't have helped that either, will they?
No, I think the conditions obviously is very sapping. I mean, that it'll take them a few days to get over this match.
And Here's Zamorano again, looking for his hat-trick. Denied by Purizaga. Incidentally, Peru's next game was against Venezuela in Santiago on Friday. That big one on Wednesday. Chile's next match against Argentina. There's good skill by Rodriguez. Just the Peruvian attacks have been a little bit lightweight. Yes, they've counter-attacked Chile, they've caused them problems, they've found a way through on a couple of occasions when Maestri and Del Solar have found the target, but they haven't attacked in numbers, have they, Don?
No. What they have done is they've produced the extra man on the back post. You know, they've managed to get round the back of the defence on the far post. That's what they've been good at.
Olivares. Bravo. La Rosa. He's still going.
No, there's no Cubilas in this team. Sorry.
He's a little bit too old to find his way to this
He was a
side.
player. And on his day, he could win a game on his own.
Sotil as well. Noblitas. They were all there in the 1970 side, coached by Didi. And they had a fair team too in 1982 under the coach Tim. Well, this is the coach these days of Chile, Arturo Sala. He shrugged aside his critics and produced a blend of aggression and attrition and subtle passing too, which makes Chile, for my money, one of the better sides of these South American championships.
I completely agree. I mean, I don't know what the critics want. I mean, they play very adventurous, hard-working football, and they work hard when they've lost the ball as well. I mean, Zamorano, I mean, he works to get free. He shows for the ball all the time. He takes bumps and knocks. He gets his head to the ball. As soon as they lose the ball, he chases back. I mean, his work rate is absolutely tremendous.
Covering tackle that time was by Vilches, number 5, the man who scored that opening goal against Venezuela on Saturday. We're inside the last 5 minutes of this game. Chile leading once again with a 2-goal advantage. You can't write off Peru. We've made that mistake more than once tonight. Here's Este for Chile. Contreras. Este. Wide to Mendoza, who's popped up on this left-hand side. Did exceptionally well there. He was under a great deal of pressure from Chilean defender. I think it was Bravo. Game between Chile and Peru. We'll try and bring those back to you as soon as we can. I understand that you're now seeing pictures once again from the Copa America. And it's Peru in possession on the edge of that Chile penalty area. One back though. Usual piece of control by Este in the mud bath. Just wonder what effect, you know, Don, the Cola players have had on this Chilean side. Team who won the Libertadores Cup, South American Club Championship, the team who go to Tokyo in December to play Red Star Belgrade for the World Championship. They must have had some cohesive effect on the Chilean side.
I would think they've had a big effect. I mean, not only will they be good players, but they'll come in with a lot of confidence. And, I mean, they'll help to knit the side together. And obviously the tactics that Salah used at Cola, I mean, he can use them with the national team.
Bravo, turned inside.
They do that quite a lot on the continent. If they've got an outstanding team within their own league, you'll find they'll play 5 or 6 players from that team within the national team, and obviously it gives them a backbone, it gives them a skeleton of players and everybody else just fits in around them. And they've got the understanding as well as the confidence, because they come from a successful big club, and it does help to make a good national team.
Barco lending his weight forward now to the Peruvian attack. Might be a case of too little too late.
I always remember Ron Greenwood when he took over the England team. I think he picked all the Liverpool English players. As you know, they didn't have a great amount of English players, but he picked as many Liverpool players who were English to try and get that same kind of way of selecting a national team and try and get this club and team understanding.
There certainly is a cohesion about the Chilean side, and here's Olivares looking for a consolation goal that would have made it 4-3, and Hirano shouting in the middle as if to say, you know, you could have pulled the ball back, we could have had a goal quite easily there.
No, he hasn't got a left foot. He's got a lot of power. I mean, he's got a very powerful run, but he's a right-footed player. And obviously, when he gets there with his left foot, I don't think he knows what he's going to do. Obviously, there he's gone in for a shot.
That was a good covering tackle in the end by a man that had some criticism in this game from the pair of us. Margas sticking to his job well there, finding Estadio, and they funnel it clear. And we're now playing stoppage time at the end of this game. Really strange that the dying seconds of the game, with the ball in the centre of their defence, they hoof it clear rather than turn it back to their goalkeeper, because here come Peru again. Well, they have time to take the corner. 11 is Hirano. Barbosa looking for that one, but Estadio will hack it clear. Anywhere will do now. And it's all over. Chile have scored 4 goals to Peru's 2 in a most entertaining game. Quick comment, Don.
Yeah, well, I just think that Chile have been rewarded for the way they play the game. It's very adventurous. They throw a lot of people forward. They do leave holes behind them, but it's worked out for them today, and they've had a good win tonight.
2 for Zamorano, Contreras from the penalty spot, 1 for Rubio. Chile 4, Peru 2.